This is Sway.
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 In the morning.
In the morning.
In the morning.
Shay 4-5.
Wake your fuck ass up. That crust out your eyes.
Sway in the morning, Shay 4-5. It's time for Getting the Game. I have to repeat it, have to be the reason why we do this segment, Getting the Game.
Tell them why.
It's because a lot of times you have some of the best artists ever that aren't able to get in the game for whatever reasons. They meet roadblocks, they meet politics. It may be financial reasons. Who's to say?
Right.
But without platforms like this, we may not have ever discovered the man who owns this station right now, the one, the only Eminem. He got in the game. Somebody gave him a chance. Somebody gave Big Crit a chance. Somebody gave Kendrick Lamar a chance. Somebody gave Drake a chance. Everyone got a chance at some point and took advantage of it. And then their talent prevailed, Tracy G, the talent.
It always will.
And in that, we brought our next guest here today for Getting the Game. The one, the only Lanz Pierce is here.
What's up, Sway? It's great to be here. Thank you.
Good to have
What's
you
up,
here.
ladies?
Hey.
How you doing? Good morning.
I like your vibe.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Good energy.
Yep,
Thank you.
great energy. We're sitting there talking, man. Lanz, you've been you're very young. You're in your early 20s, but you've been, pursuing this journey for a long time. When did you first get into music?
Well, I was 14 actually. I had started working at Quad Studios. You know, it was really meaningful to me because I was such a Pac fan, and Quad was such a legendary studio. So I was an intern, and I was.
Well, you got to explain that. Quad is where Pac got shot, right?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Sorry,
Yep.
that's like something you take for granted being such like a hip hop student. You figure everybody knows that, but Quad was the spot that Pac got shot at, and it was just a legendary place for great music to come through.
Yeah.
So I ended up working there as an intern. I would call every day, and I would be like, there's a guy, his name was Willis. He was actually the studio manager. And I would hit him every day and I'd be like, can I get a job? Can I get a job? And he was like, who are you? Like, who is this calling? And one day I ended up just showing up at the, at the studio. And he was like, what can I do for you? And I was like, listen, just give me a chance.
Yeah.
And I'll do anything. I did studio runs. I scrubbed the studio consoles, the bathrooms, everything, just to get in and to learn. Like, I feel like that doesn't really exist the way that it should anymore, like people paying their dues and really grinding from the bottom up. So, so I was 14 to make that long story short. And
who were some of the artists that you see come through that you had a chance to?
Oh my God, are you kidding me? We had like Nas was in there. We had oh my God, M came through.
Eminem?
M came through. I didn't get to meet him, unfortunately, but I have a very, very funny story. And was Chris Rock was actually up there recording No Sex in the Champagne Room. And I remember they were like, yo, go see what he needs or whatever. Does he need? So he gave me a $100 bill to go get a box of Krispy Kreme donuts. And he was so specific about it. And I was like, I got him these donuts. I came back up and I was like, he was like, yo, here's your tip or whatever. And I was like, yo, this is crazy. Like, I'm a little kid. I'm 14. I'm just absorbing all that energy.
How big was the tip, though?
Right.
Whoa, well, hold on. Let me rephrase that. Hold on. How much did he give you?
You know what? It wasn't enough. It wasn't enough to retire off of. Put it that way.
Okay, to put it that way. All right, cool. All right, now, you have an interesting story. You've had a chance to work with the great Nile Rodgers, along with others. You got a chance to spit in front of Rizzo, who was just here the other week. That's my brother.
Yeah.
Working with Nile Rodgers from Chic, what did you learn from that? Who's been Pharrell's inspiration to one of his biggest hits, with Daft Punk. What was it like working with him?
Nile was such a huge mentor for me, and he really taught me about just embracing originality and being fearless, and then the craft of songwriting and melody, and even like as a lyricist, and for me, words are so important, but then again, melody. It does something that words can't always do. Yeah. And he really taught me about just incorporating that. And I was blessed to actually be able to record my first couple records, in his Connecticut home, which is, he used to say, which was the Madonna room, because Madonna ended up cutting a lot of her, early records there.
Wow.
So you felt like you were just steeped in this music greatness, And he's incredible to this day. Like, I can pick up the phone and he'll just give me advice.
Yeah, wow. And you're only 23 years old?
Yeah.
Wow. I mean, she got a lot of stories. But you know what? I want to play some of your music.
Please.
This is Getting the Game. I want the citizens to chime in and tell us if we should put you in the game or sent you on the bench. You rap and you sing.
Yeah.
And you write.
Do.
All right, this is Lanz Pierce. We're going to play Waterfalls. What is this about?
So Waterfalls is actually my first single off this new EP I'm dropping called Editor's Eye. And it was really just about just being honest, and sometimes you get that rush of a feeling and emotions and it kind of hits you and it washes over you like a waterfall. And it's basically just being able to be comfortable enough with yourself to express that.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. Okay, Lanz Pierce, 888-742-3345. That's nice.
I appreciate that.
That's nice.
Thank you.
That kind of got the whole room a little flabbergasted here. Huh? What you think, HB?
Pleasantly surprised, but not presently surprised, not because of the stories that you told, but basically because of just watching you perform your music while it was playing. It just shows that you're excited about your project. A lot of times, and Sway can tell you, artists come up here and they just feel like it's a given that, I'm here, I'm on the radio, I'm sitting next to Sway, so it should be good. But I just watched you perform your own music while you were here, and I was like, that's dope to see, So really, it was just really good to see that. So I was just surprised by it. And like he said, it goes without saying with your music, really dope put together. I mean, the singing, the writing, it was dope. I mean, I have nothing to say other than it was dope.
I appreciate that.
Up.
Tracy G is our designated
Millennial.
ratchet gauger.
All right, I'll take that.
Millennial. What do you think, Tracy?
Well, on like a scale of 1 to Miley Cyrus, it's definitely not on a Miley Cyrus type of level. And I think it's really dope. Like Heather was saying, it looks good to see you enjoying it, but it looks good to feel it as well. And I think a lot of times in this day and age, we want to lump all female rappers that share the same complexion as you, like Lil Debbie or Krayshawn or even Iggy Azalea, and be like, okay, well, the white female rappers are just going to talk about twerking and how everyone should not hate on them for being white or whatever. But you were very introspective and genuine, and I think it was relatable to a whole wide scale of people.
I appreciate that. I mean, just to touch on your comment, like nothing was ever given to me, like nothing. Like I came from a time, and it's funny just to say that, like just being 23, but I did come from an era where in New York City, in order for you to be heard and be on, you had to touch every open mic and every meaningful club. Like I did Pyramid, Speed, Babalu's, Downtime, Amarachi Lounge, the Apollo. Like, you had to grind. Like that doesn't exist anymore. Like I had to go in there and I had to put work in. Like, nowadays it's like, okay, you drop music online and you hope like a blog picks
post,
exactly picks it up or whatever. But what happens for me is I feel like there's a disconnect between the artist and then the people, because you had to get up on that stage and you had to look people in their eye, and if they weren't feeling you, they were gonna let you know. And so you actually develop the craft of being not just an artist but a performer, and understanding how to engage your listeners. So
But at 23, and I beg to differ a little bit, somebody taught you that, because at 23 you we see so many artists, Lanz, they don't know it. So who told you that? Because somebody taught you that.
I mean, I'm telling you, life experience. I mean, I was raised by a single mother, and I always knew that music was my path, and I ended up leaving high school at a very, very young age, which I don't even, advocate, because it's a harder path. But I was like 14, and when I was working at Quad, that was really my day to day, and so I was a little kid being raised around adults.
Got it. Okay.
And that being said, I had real mentors, like. I'm gonna say his name on, like I had a dude, his name was Mental Supreme, who, really, really, schooled me, like really, really schooled me. He's like an OG, like for real, like, and he took me under his wing, because, I was in the clubs, like all hours of the night. I was like 15 years old in the streets in New York City, like a little girl. Like I'm blessed that nothing happened to me. You know what I mean? Like really moving around, like, so the truth is that I've had great mentors.
Okay.
All right, this is what we're going to do. We got Peter Mack on the line from San Francisco. Peter Mack, should we put her in the game or sit her on the bench?
Hey, Sway, that's definitely put her in the game, man. That track right there, that's a track, man. You hit Highway 1 riding with your little honey, man, and you're rubbing your hands on her leg type of shit, man. That track,
Peter Mack, my man. All right, we got Frank in South Carolina. What up, Big Frank?
Hey, what's up, man? Yo, put her in the fucking game, Sway.
There it is. All right, we got her. We got to go to Dino in Fort Lauderdale. Put her in the game or sit her on the bench?
Yo, my dude, Sway, definitely put her on the starting five. No doubt about it.
Yeah.
It's all good.
Yo, the girl's hungry. You can hear it.
Yeah.
She's doing her thing, and I'm expecting bigger.
There it is, man. All right, this is Lanz Pierce. She's our Getting the Game artist. We're going to go to the next song, which is Anywhere. What is this song about?
Oh my God! Anywhere was the first record that I actually dropped that got me some great attention. And Daytwan Thomas, I have to shout him out.
Daytwan. Everyone loves him.
He's such an amazing guy, and not to make it a long-winded story, but when I was like 15, I had stopped him in the street and I had spit for him. And since that day, he had really, really just given me a lot of great advice. So Anywhere was the song that I put out on Vibe and that he co-signed, and it's Ashford and Sampson Simple, and it's special, and it's a lot of soul in it.
Solid as a rock, Ashford and Simpson?
Yeah.
Oh, my gosh. Is that the sample?
No, that's not the sample.
Oh, okay, all right.
But that's who it is.
All right, that would have been a great segue. I blew it. All right, here it is. Anywhere. Let us know what you think. 888-742-3345. Lanz Pierce. This is called Anywhere. Let us know what you think. Should we put her in the game or sit her on the bench? Let's take it to San Jose, California. We got Paul on the line. What do you think, Paul? Put her in the game or sit her on the bench?
Sway, put her in the game.
Put her in the game. All right. We got Dale from Florida. Put her in the game or sit her on the bench, Dale. What do you think?
Put her in the game. Sway, she's like a perfectionist, man. It's like you can hear it in her voice. Everything has to be perfect, has to be right, because it's just like she got a different. It's just like a different with her. You know what I'm saying?
That's what's up, man. I feel you, Dale.
Yeah.
All right, Masano from Philly. Put her in the game or sit her on the bench?
Put her in the game. Yo, we've been needing her forever, yo. She's the shit.
That's what's up, man. Stan in Houston. Put her in the game or sit her on the bench? Stan.
Put her in the game, man. Yo, you can tell she's hungry. You can tell them years of being in that studio or whatever that it pays off. It pays off.
All right, Leela in San Jose. Put her in the game or sit her on the bench?
Hello?
Yeah, put her in the game or sit her on the bench?
We're going to put her in the game. I love her voice. She almost sounds like Alicia Keys type of sexiness, and she's digging it.
Wow, that's what's up. You know what? Thank you for your calls. Listen, I'm going to tell you what I appreciate most is the comments you were making about a lot of artists feel like they made it once they get that blog post on whatever blog that post. And there's no artist development. There's no development. There's no dues being paid. There's no struggle, that I think helps shape the character of many artists. All the greats got a great story to tell. Mm-hmm. A lot of artists don't have a story to tell. They come up here, we can't even interview them because they don't really have a story to tell.
Right.
Somebody posted it, and that's all their story is.
Yeah.
And, God bless them, man. If you can make it work from there, good for you.
Yeah.
But it's great to see somebody who paid dues and earned their way here at such an early age.
I think, not to cut you, I just want to say one quick thing. It's like, I think identity is so important. Like I was born in 89, right? But I was, raised in the 80s, right? And I was raised in the 90s. And the 90s was such a classic era of music. Yeah. Everybody was original. Everybody had their own vibe. And I just feel like, now that's what's kind of a little bit missing.
Yeah.
And I miss that, which is like everybody having their own identity and being unique.
You get that radical differentiation. I say it all the time, Heather B.
Yeah, and I hope as you continue, people just don't box you in. Yeah, to me, you're not a female rapper. You're an artist.
Thank you.
And continue to put your art out here. You've been blessed, and continue to put your art out here, and don't compromise that. A lot of times people get caught up, and it's just like, okay, she got a flat stomach and a fat ass. Sell that. I ain't really interested in what she got to say. Right. And I hear something and I see something and hope in you, and hopefully you'll continue to put that forth.
Thank you. Yeah. I mean, Lauryn Hill, Roxanne Shante, Missy, Queen, like, these are artists that are just
Heather B.
Heather B.
You got a name, yeah, Heather B right there. I'm pointing at it.
Apologize.
Yeah. I don't know what's going on. So
no, she just naming great female artists. I'm just doing Heather B. That's all.
I'm just saying. Yeah. I mean, you're right, 100%. Yeah. So what I mean by that is only to say like respect. That's all. Like take a hat off to respect to like women that need to be shouted out.
That's what's up.
No doubt.
Lanz Pierce, big things in your future. Don't forget us.
Absolutely.
All right.
Thank you. I'm really, really honored. Appreciate you.
No, we're honored. And we're humbled by your presence.
Yeah.
Okay. How can people reach you?
Please come holla at me on Twitter at Lanz Pierce, LanzPierce, LanzPierce.com, SoundCloud.com/Lanz Pierce. And the music is there, and I definitely always follow back and, say something to me, I will say something back.
That's what's up.
It's Sway in the morning, only on Shade 45.